to Katrina's Creations. This is episode 192, and I have a bunch more finished projects this week, so I'm very excited. So I will start with my knitting. If you remember last week, I had finished this hat, and it has kind of a pinwheel effect on the top, and I've made two more this week. So this takes care of the three oldest grandsons. And here's this one. And it's funny, it's got it kind of it has kind of beige type of undertones. This is definitely more of a beige color. I did not realize that it had like browns in this. This is some of the Just My Stripe in licorice, but you can see it. This is kind of a real light tan. And up here is it's kind of a light tan. It's a grayish tan. And then this is gray, but you can see little touches of tan in it. And then, of course, this is just gray. So it's interesting because this is off of the same skein. And it's definitely dark charcoal, medium gray, and white with like little gray flecks in it. So all of this... well, just a little bit of it went from a second skein. So I got a lot out of one skein of yarn. These don't take much. I think I figured it out. They take between 88 and 90 yards to make. I did write it up as a pattern. It's called the Pinwheel Beanie, and it is available for free over on Love Crafts. There is a link down below that will take you to that if you want to get that free pattern. I have some free crochet patterns. I have some paid for patterns. Pretty much all of my patterns are over down in the down bar down there. So you can go check them out if you would like to. So that's 3 out of the 8. I have 8 more to go, 2 of which are for girls. So let me show you the other patterns that I'm going to be making these out of. I think the rest of the boys, there's 6 more boys, because I have 11 grandchildren altogether. 2 girls, 9 boys. So this pattern here, it's called the Globular pattern, or Globular hat. It's by Inca Kling. And it was a free pattern. So I will be making several of them out of this. And the girl's hat, I am going to make, it's called the Cross Stitch Mock Cable Hat. It's by Barbara Benson. And there you can see what it looks like. So I think that's going to be the girls' hats. So that is what I've done with as far as fiber related. Then I made 10 project bags this week. One of which I wasn't real happy with because I noticed a mistake, and when I went to rip it out, the material started unraveling. So that one's not going anywhere, which is a shame because I really did like it. But I don't want to have it look like that. So let me show you the ones that I have made. These are for sale in my Etsy shop down below in the down bar. So here's the first one. These are reversible. There's this one, and this is what it looks like on the inside. There you can see it. That's the inside of that one. And then we have this one. I really like it because it's like embroidered. And then the inside kind of has, it's real shiny. It's kind of satiny. And then it's just a dark brown bottom. And then we have a green one. And the inside of that is a lighter kind of a sage green. There. And then we have this one, which has kind of some turquoise colors in it. And the inside of it, there's the inside of it. Like I said, they are reversible, so you can flip back and forth whichever colors you like. Then we have this one. And that's what the inside of it looks like. and this one. And there is its insides. This one's probably one of my favorites, which is funny because this is not my favorite color, but I liked how it turned out. And then we have a blue one. And that's what the inside of it looks like. Or the outside, depending on what you want. And then we have two that are kind of a dusty turquoise color. There's the one side. There is the other. And then last, we have this one, which is more of a blue. And the inside of it is kind of a bluish color as well. So those are my finished objects. Now for my works in progress. I have, right now I have not started the next hat, but that will be shortly coming because I want to make sure I get them all done in time for Christmas. And so I will go into my crochet. I have gone a long ways with my C2C this week. Let me pull my loop through so I don't lose the stitches. I finished last week. I was just into this blue. I was just getting ready to start into this next color blue. I've gone all the way through that, all the way through the next, and I'm starting on the last color of blue. So here is that skein, and when I finish this skein, then I will start the decreases and go back down the opposite colors of this. I don't think it's going to be a huge afghan. Right now it is, well, I take it back. It's my wingspan, so it's probably about 6 feet from arm to arm. And yeah, so it might be bigger than what I'm expecting it to be. I guess because I'm just looking at this side of it and thinking, oh, that doesn't look that big. But when I look at it the other direction, it seems like it is square. So I'm not sure why it's doing that. But anyway, that's how it looks so far. And somebody did ask me about doing a tutorial, which would be the blind leading the blind, because this is fairly new to me, this particular stitch. But at the same time, sometimes if it's a beginner teaching someone else, it's very, very basic, which might be what somebody needs. So I am working on that. It won't be this week, but I'm hoping next week to have the first of the series on C2C. I figure I will do, I've got fuzzies on my arm. I figure I will do 1 week on the increase and then 1 week showing how to do the decreases. So, yeah, so that's my C2C. And then I started a sweater. And those of you who have been watching the podcast for a while are going to laugh because every time I'm making the same pattern that I just finished recently. I made a striped sweater using this pattern. This is called the camisole or chamisole. But every time I tried to pronounce the designer's name, I would mess up. I think I've got it down. After knitting one entire outfit, I think I can say it now. It's Lena Spagerson. So, and she is one of the main designers for Annie's Craft Store. She designs knit and crochet patterns. So, I mean, a lot of the stuff that you see over on Annie's is designed by her. I didn't know that when I started this. But I really liked this pattern when I used it for my the striped shirt that or tee that I made. So I'm going to make it again because I really like the way it fit. I am actually using the yarn that came in Knit Crate this month, which is Audine Wool's Beaches. And this is a 34% cotton, 35% linen, 19% lyocell, which is rayon, and 11% nylon. So I have 2 skeins of these. And it's funny, in the pitch, or when you look at the skein like this just looks like a tan. When it's knitted up, it has a slight purpley undertone. It's kind of strange. And it actually is very similar to this color, which it doesn't look like, but when you knit them up, they look like they go together. So I have another skein of this, and I have one of these. This was interesting because I got this from Ice Yarn, and I assumed it was like a braid, and I just pulled it out and it was like one color gradiating into the other. No, these are 4 individual skeins that are actually put together. Look how cool that looks. I mean, it looks like a braid. They actually pull apart, and it's like 4 mini skeins. So I'm actually kind of striping this into this as I go. And I forgot to bring my sweater up with me, so I will insert a little picture of what I've got so far on my sweater. Now, before I show you the show and tell, I wanted to kind of highlight a couple things that you're going to see. As we all know from last week, Yoka Schurman-Nagel and Fran Derrick are both participating in the Tour de Fleece, which is like the Tour de France, but you are doing it with spinning. So they are both participating, and they sent me some pictures this week. Now, Yoka's, I am not showing a whole lot because she actually has a blog with all of it on there, and I don't want to take away from her blog. So I just showed a couple of pictures from hers, but she has been spinning merino silk. So it's got to be extremely soft. Between silk and merino, yeah, she said it was very nice to spin. And she actually, one of the pictures you're going to see, you will see silkworms in the picture. She put those in so that you could see where they come from, where silk actually comes from, is from the silkworm. So there's going to be some pictures from that. And the pictures you will see from Fran are actually some things she spun before the tour started because she wanted to get those off of the bobbins of her spinning wheel before she got started. So you'll see a bunch of skeins of yarn that she has spun as well. There's also a picture in there from my friend Kim. She, I shared a couple weeks ago, she was just getting started. She is crocheting a vintage looking curtain, lace curtain for her front door. And she and I met last night. We sat on like opposite sides of the picnic bench and had ice cream. And she brought her curtain with her. So I told her, hold it up and I'll take a picture. And then we were laughing about, you know, the Wizard of Oz with pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. So I was going, pay no attention to the woman behind the curtain, because you can just faintly see her as she's holding her curtain up in the air. But it is looking gorgeous. She lives in a house that is from 1859, I think. So this is going to look perfect in that house. So yeah, so you will see that in the show and tell as well. So with that, I'm going to let the footage roll. I was really good this week. I have no acquisitions. So, well, I did have an IKEA order come in, but it has nothing to do with yarn. I'm an organizing junkie. I love organizing things. Drives Dave a little crazy, but anyway, got some things in from IKEA. But I thought I would share a segment that I don't share all that often, but it's What Am I Reading? I actually have 2 yarn-related books that I'm reading right now. The first one is called Hounds of the Basket Stitch by Anne Canadio. It's a play off of course, Hounds of the Baskervilles by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. So anyway, this is a really cute series. I will warn you of trying to look for this series. It's under 2 different names. Originally, these were called, this whole series, and I think there's like, oh, I don't know. There's probably 9 or 10 in the total series. But originally, it was called the Black Sheep Knitters. I think it was Black Sheep Knitters Mysteries. And it was based on the yarn shop, which was the Black Sheep Knitting Shop. Anyway, she changed publishers at one point mid-series, and so they didn't keep the name of the series. So it's now known as a Black Sheep and Company mystery. So, yeah. But if you look under Anne Canadio, you'll find them. So her name didn't change in the series. But this is really cute. I've only gotten about 60 or 70 pages into the story so far, but they're a real easy, quick read. It's a bunch of ladies that get together to like knit and crochet and stuff. And, yeah, it has recipes in the back, and it has a pattern. Yeah. I think most in this are crocheted. I think most of them in this are knitted. Yes. Yeah, most of these are all knitting. So anyway, I'm reading that. And then I am also reading online. It's called A Fatal Yarn, and that is by Peggy Earhart. And that's like the 3rd or 4th, maybe 4th book in the series. And that is also knitting related. It's like there's not as many crochet related mysteries. I like cozy mysteries. And a cozy mystery is, it's a murder mystery without all the blood and guts and stuff. It's a clean mystery, basically. A clean murder mystery, if that's at all possible. But sort of like Murder, She Wrote. That would be considered a cozy mystery. So it's that type of a book. And I like reading the ones that are yarn and fiber related. So there are mostly knitting ones out there. However, there is one that I read that is my all-time favorite, and that is by Betty Hechtman, and that is called The Crochet Mysteries. She writes a knitting series mysteries, which are the Yarn to Go or Yarn Retreat, and then she writes a series that are crochet related, and they're my favorite. If I had to pick out all of the yarn related mysteries that I read, that would be the series that I enjoy the most. So I'm waiting. I've read all of the ones she's got out, so I'm waiting for the next one to come out. So I hope she gets moving with it because I enjoy them. So that is what I am reading. Now it's an update on our Christmas in July Fairies. This is the last couple of days. You are watching this on Saturday, and Wednesday is the deadline. So on Wednesday's video this week, I will be choosing a winner. That winner is going to get a prize from me, and I will also pass their name on to Dana of Dana's Wanderlust Crochet, who started the Christmas in July Fairies. And then on July 25th, she will draw a name from the semifinalists, and that person will get a prize from all of us who are participating. And I think the count is up to 158 as of last night. So if you haven't already entered, you can enter. I'll put a link down below to the video that you need to enter on, because that's the one I'm going to be drawing the names from. Now, I am putting a little twist into this because you guys have been really supportive and subscribing to my channel and watching, and some of you have been watchers. Yeah, some of you have been subscribed and been watching me for a very long time. So I wanted to do something a little different. So in addition to the drawing on July 15th, on July 25th, I'm going to draw a prize for a runner-up, basically, and I'm going to send a second prize out to somebody. They won't be entered in the big grand giveaway, but it will just be a second prize as a thank you for participating. So you have until Wednesday to enter, and I will put a link down below to that video so that you can get entered and perhaps win a prize. So now it's time for... Now, in our Come and Get It section this week, it's kind of short. Lion Brand has been running a lot of sales, but they're actually running sales like flash sales, so I don't know about them. I'm an affiliate of theirs, so I kind of get a little heads up before they actually post sometimes. I did miss one this week. They had 50% off their Just My Stripe, which is what I'm knitting the hats out of. And yeah, 50% off. And somehow I missed the email. I found it the day after the sale. Yeah, it's probably a good thing because I probably would have bought some. And as you can see, I don't need any more yarn in my life. I really have plenty, but I keep buying more. Anyway, we won't go there because we all have that same problem. See pretty yarn, buy pretty yarn. So I'm totally derailed right now. Let's get back to what I was talking about. What is on sale? Okay, the Dollar Tree. I put this out on Facebook earlier this week. The Dollar Tree was running, and they still are, their Premier Home cotton yarn. You have to buy 3 skeins, and they're $1 a piece. But they also started carrying Premier Cotton, and they also started carrying Premier Just Yarn. You do need to buy 6 skeins of either of those, but they're $1 a skein. And you don't have to pay shipping if you get it sent to your local store. You just pick it up there. And it works great. So I have done that before, and I know some of you have jumped on that as well. So that is the Dollar Tree. Now, Leisure Arts, they have a crochet. It's a cotton blanket and throw book. There are 7 patterns in it, and it's $5.99. In their knitted section, they have classic quick knit throws for $5.99. And there are 4 patterns in that book. Okay, now Create for Less has the 6th and Spring 60 More Quick Baby Blankets book. That is quite a mouthful to say. But anyway, there are 60 different patterns. It's $10.74. So when you figure that out per pattern, that's really, really cheap. Then they have a crochet book. It's Annie's Quilt Style Crochets Throw. And it is 6 different patterns, and it is $4.49. Now, Annie's is also introducing a new technique. It's called Waterfall Crochet, and they have a book about it. It's called Waterfall Crochet Granny Squares. It's $5.99. It's a book or a download. It's the same price, and there are 20 different granny squares that are made from this new technique. Now, Annie's is also doing something for the next 10 days. It starts today. So I will be putting it over on Facebook because to try to post a video every day for 10 days, letting you know what their sale is of the day, could be a little stressful. So I'm just going to stick it over on Facebook. However, what they are doing, they are having a Christmas in July as well, but they're only doing it for 10 days. And it's kind of weird. They're starting around Saturday, which is like the 21st, and they're running it for 10 days. I guess to the 31st, you would have figured they would have done it from the 15th to the 25th for Christmas. I don't know. I don't know why they're doing it this way. But anyway, what they're doing, every day for 10 days, they are going to have a free item. I have no idea more than that. I will find out more as it becomes available and it gets a little bit closer, because I'm filming this on Friday, so I will hopefully find the first sale tomorrow and I will pass it on to you. But whatever it is, it's a free item every day for 10 days. So I'm thinking it's different types of patterns and stuff that are free for 10 days. So, like, again, I will be putting the links to that and what the freebie is over on the Facebook page. If you are not a member of the Facebook page and you would like to be, it is Katrina Knits. And Katrina does knit and crochet, but when I started the Facebook page, I only knit at that time. And somebody already has Katrina's Creations over on Facebook, so I can't put it up there. So, I just kept it as Katrina Knits. But if you would like to be part of the Facebook group, you can put it over at Katrina Knits. If you would like to participate in show and tell and show some of us what you are making, you can either send your pictures and a little info to my email account, which is KatrinasCreations@yahoo.com, or you can send it, you can just put it over on my Facebook page at Katrina Knits, and you can just post your picture and tell me a little bit about it. That way, if we do know a pattern or whatever, it's always helpful if I can put that up in case some of us go, oh, I want to make that. So, yes, we look forward to seeing lots of people's projects in show and tell. So please feel free to send pictures and I will do my best to get them over there. So that is it for this week. I want to say a huge thank you to those of you who come back every single week. And for those of you who are new viewers, welcome to our channel and our crafting bunch. And good luck to everybody on the Christmas in July giveaway. And tune in on Wednesday to see if you are one of those winners. So thanks again for watching. Bye, everybody.